One more day.
What's good, everybody? I'm TJB and welcome back to my Saturday Specials beat making series. So today I've got this more like abstract soul jazz fusion record. One of the songs on here has got a nice little intro with like a piano and a trumpet. I think we can chop up into a nice southern beat. I think I'll be able to bring out some of my old methods of chopping that I used to do like years ago on this one. I think it'll be pretty fun. But before we get into the video, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the beat. All the support is greatly appreciated. If you like these videos and the beats that I make, I just put all of my Saturday Specials beats out on streaming, and I also put my Pedals instrumental album out at the end of last year. If you like these, I'd really appreciate it if you check these out. Links to all my socials and where you can find those albums are in the description and a pinned comment in the comments. Again, really appreciate it, and let's get back in the video. Alright, so I'm gonna record this all the way pitched down. I'm doing that because pitching it down on the record player kind of sounds a little bit cleaner than having it on the MPC. Sometimes when you pitch and slow down things on the MPC, it kind of leaves a lot of pops and bangs, which are fine. We'll probably end up having to tweak some of it here and there while after it's recorded in, but we'll try to keep it as clean as we can while we can. Also, pitching it down kind of helps give it that more southern feel is what we're trying to go for. So let's go put it on the record player and see how it turns out.
One more day, then go if you must, but don't look back, please.
Alright, got recorded in. Like I figured, there's this nice piano section we can chop up that I think is going to sound pretty good. I can already hear the 16th hats and the 808 underneath it already. There's also this little spoken word piece at the beginning of it, which I think we can chop up and kind of layer on top of it, kind of like in a little bit of a Dilla thing I think we can do with it, which would be fun. Alright, I'm going to get a tab tempo to see what BPM we're working with here. Just about 73 BPM. In my head, I'm hoping to make something a little bit closer to 80, so I'm gonna time stretch it just a little, probably about 105%. Also, this record's a little funny. It's got the it's got the rain in the background. I have a couple other records by this group, and they're all like that. Luckily for me, I don't really care if that stuff's in the background. I think it kind of adds a nice little atmosphere to it, so it'll be fun. For me, the weirder the better. All right, see what that's at now. It's at about 75 instead. I think we can just speed up the BPM for the chops anyway. Let's get this sliced.
One more day, then go if you must, but don't look back, please.
This is nice. I think the horn is going to make it very easy to differentiate a hook and a verse. I think we got a couple good ideas for some chops. We're going to bounce this to a sample program and get to work. Okay, I like that. So I pretty much switched between looping the bars that I have sampled and like rearranging the 2 and the 4. I think it gives it a nice little like off-kilter feel, but it still feels like a nice loop. Then we'll probably do the same once we add in that horn section. added a kill EQ, and I took out anything under just about 200 hertz. I added a mother ducker, and then I added a resampler. I think the resampler gives the sample a nice little SP1200 effect. I think we'll add some drums next. Definitely gonna be looking for some more trappier sounding drums. I like this kick, it's got a nice thump to it. I like the set, but I think I'm gonna wanna pitch shift it down a little. Let's try 3 semitones. All right, that's better. Not really sure what kind of snare I want to put on here, actually. I'll put the kick and hats in first and see what we want to do with that. Alright, pretty simple so far. Mess with the velocity a little of these hi-hats to make them feel just a little bit more alive. And I don't think I'll be adding any swing today. I kind of like how to the grid this sounds. I think I want a snare that's really in your face. I like that one. Alright, it's got a very Memphis-y feel. 16 level it. Alright, we're cooking so far. Easiest next step is add a bass line. I think I just need a really simple sine bass. Really simple bass line just for now. Then we can add some extra notes in another section. To get that bass line to shine through just a little bit more, I added a soft distortion, and then I also added a compressor. Adds a little more beef to it so you can hear it a little better. I think I want to try to add that little spoken word section. Get a little of a Dilla moment going.
One more day. Go if you must. Don't look back, please.
Usually you put a cymbal at the beginning of a loop like this, but I think we can actually use these and kind of have a different one for each 4 bars. I don't really think we want the rain to double up on the beat. That'd be just a little too messy.
One more day. One more day. Don't look back, please. One more day.
That sounds better. Pretty much cut out all the low end and a lot of the high end. Added a compressor so it kind of punches through the mix a little bit better. And then added a delay because it's going to sound a little bit more dramatic. But I think before we add this to the beat, we're going to copy this section to another 4 bars. And I think we're going to spice up the bass line just a little bit. And then we'll make that the 8-bar loop, throw in the vocals, and then we'll add in a horn section and pretty much be done. There we go. Gave that a little bit more flavor. Nothing too crazy. We'll just add a few more notes. It's gonna be nice, gives it a little bit more variation. We can drop in and out over the course of the beat. Let's finish off this section and add those little vocal stabs.
One more day.
That sounds pretty good so far. All that's left, I think, is to copy and paste this to another section, and then we'll bring in that little horn section so we can kind of get like intro, verse, hook. Okay, let's copy over these 8 bars. Then we'll get rid of all of our sample chops. in those 8 bars, and then we're gonna record over them.
One more
And there, I think we have it. Really simple, but really effective. Really only used a handful of bars from the sample, and really simple drums and bass line from there. It's all you need sometimes. So basically we started with the sample chop, really basic. I did a little thing where I rearranged the 2 and the 4 on a couple of the bars and that 1 bar loop, and then another part of the loop I'll just keep it. That was a technique I've been using for a very long time, and it's nothing new. I'm like pretty sure it's a Dilla technique if I can remember correctly. And not the only Dilla technique we used. We pulled from that little spoken word section at the beginning of the song and kind of used it as a faux cymbal every 2 bars. When the loop was done, kind of brought it back around, which was nice. Really simple drums, gave it a really big southern feel. I really like how that turned out. I really like the snare that was picked out. It sounds nice. And then a really basic bass line. Instead of using an 808, I used a really basic sine wave and pretty much just mirrored some notes. That's all I really needed. Then we were able to differentiate between the verse and the hook by bringing in those horns that were part of that sample. But again, really simple beat. Had a lot of fun putting it together. Really appreciate it if you made it this far. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what you think of the beat in the comments. Again, if you like these beats and the beats that I make, I got a ton of music available on streaming. I just had my Pedals instrumental album come out at the end of last year, and then all my Saturday Specials beats from last year are available on streaming as well. Really proud of how everything turned out. You can find the links to everything in the description and a pinned comment in the comments. Again, really appreciate it if you made it this far, and I'll catch you in the next one.